Hey guys, I'm Mike Trump, Director of Maintenance here at Turbo Terminal Tractors. If you're watching this video, thank you for choosing Turbo for all your terminal tractor needs. Today we're going to be doing a brief driver orientation on our newest Terberg terminal tractor. So follow me as we walk around this truck for a driver orientation. Okay guys, the first thing we're going to do to ensure safe operation of our terminal tractor is we're going to do a brief visual inspection. I'm going to look at the tractor for anything as far as the windshield goes, making sure it's clear, not obstructed of anything. And I'm going to look at the truck and make sure it's not leaning to one side or the other. This could indicate we have a suspension issue. From there, I'm going to look under the truck and make sure we don't have any fluid leaks. This could be oil, coolant, fuel, anything of that nature that could cause an issue, and we need to get that addressed first. As we come around the vehicle, we're going to again look to make sure everything is secured. You'll notice right here on the Terberg, we have our oil dipstick. So we want to check that at this time, ensure that it's at the proper level. Once we do that, we'll continue. You also have a fill port here in case you need to add any. We'll continue around to the tires, making sure they're properly inflated and no abnormal wear issues. Come around here and you'll notice that we have our hydraulic oil level. We want to check that at this time and make sure it's at the proper level. Then we'll continue around the vehicle, make sure we don't have any other damages, make sure our mud flaps are in good condition, and make sure our tires are also in good condition and they're properly inflated as well. We want to come around the rear of the truck and again look to make sure we don't have any fluid leaks that could indicate a problem with the rear axle or the differential. Coming around the passenger side of the truck, again checking our mud flaps and our tires, making sure they're properly inflated and have no abnormal wear patterns. This is our fuel tank located on the passenger side of the unit. We want to make sure that it is securely attached, and next to it we have our DEF fluid. This is where your diesel exhaust fluid goes. Notice that we have an egress and an ingress on both sides of this truck, meaning you can get in and out from either side. Coming on around, we want to check our tire again for abnormal wear and make sure that it's properly inflated. And then you've got your windshield wiper fluid right here, which is a good time to check at this point. From here, you'll notice that we have a switch. This is your main electrical power switch. It's currently in the off position. We want to turn it to the on position so that we can enter the vehicle and again crank it. This seems a little hidden here, but this is a step. It's also a compartment for tools or extra storage. Inside here, you'll find your transmission dipstick right here. So you can pull that out and check for proper level and then return this to a closed position. Okay, now we're going to enter the vehicle safely. From either side, you'll notice that we have an enter or an exit from either side of the vehicle, where I just entered from or here. So now we're going to enter the cab, ensuring we have our 3 points of contact. You'll notice this is a push button door, side door entrance, and as you shut it, it will lock, and you cannot unlock it unless you grab here. Now it's safe to enter. And the first thing we're going to do for safe operation is put our seatbelt on. As we come over, we're going to check it for frays or damage and make sure that it is securely fastened. Now we're going to crank the unit. We're going to start by turning the key into the on position and listening for an audible sound. You'll hear that. From there, we'll let our gauge cluster boot up. It'll give you a weight signal, and you can see all of your battery. You can see your battery and your oil pressure. You see that the vehicle's in park. Then you'll turn the key to start the unit. Once the unit starts, we're going to allow it to build air pressure. While we're building air pressure, we'll go from the left of the cab to the right and notice that we have our parking brake down here at the bottom and our trailer brake right above that. Very easy for driver access. From there, we have our horn on the left side and our wiper controls right here on this switch. Moving on, you have your lights right here and your work lights. You have your heated mirror switch right here in the event of cold weather. And then you have your strobe light, important for safety features. Underneath that, you also have your axle differential lock. In the event you're stuck or in a wheel spin, you can depress this lock and it will engage both wheels for extra traction. Your hazards are right here, and then you have your blower motor control. If you're using the AC, you want to make sure that this button is depressed and the green light is lit up and it's turned all the way to blue. You have movable louvers, so you can move them any way you need to. And then coming on around, you'll notice that we have very ergonomic fingertip controls right here. This is going to be how you access the drive and reverse feature of the unit. So if we're ready to put this unit in drive, we'll depress the brakes and release the parking brake, and we'll push the blue knob forward into drive. If we need to go into reverse, we'll go back to neutral and back into reverse. And now we're ready to drive the reverse. Our fifth wheel control and our hoist control is right here. This is our down position and our up position. When we're ready to safely release a trailer, both buttons right here for your fifth wheel unlock must be depressed at the same time so you can safely release the trailer. You also have another work light switch here activated for the rear, and you can hear that with an audible section on the dash. Okay, on our dash, you'll notice that this is an electronic gauge cluster with multiplex functions. If you want to access more of those, you will simply hit that button for the menu, press it again, and now you can bring up your numerical values. This is where you'll find your vehicle speed, all of your air pressure circuits, your fifth wheel height indicator, your total vehicle distance, transmission remaining oil life, and your oil pressure and coolant temperature. If you want to return those, you can simply hit this button for gauge and return back to your gauges. Okay guys, now that we've performed a successful tug test, we're going to simulate hooking our trailer up. First thing we'll do is grab our emergency glad hand in red and our blue service glad hand here, and then you have your green electrical pigtail. So you would hook these up about right here, make sure they're connected, and then you can re-enter the vehicle and make certain that you're connected and you can safely pull away. Okay guys, I want to take just a moment to show you how to raise and lower the cab on this Terberg in the event that you need to access the engine. So these are a little different than what you may be accustomed to because they're in the right front passenger corner of the unit. So you'll notice this is a up and down lever. Right now it is currently in the down position. If you need to raise it up, you need to move this lever over to the up position and then depress your power button. You can hear it operating now. Once your cab is all the way at a safe level and you're ready to return it back down, you will move this lever to the down position and again depress the button all the way down. Okay, and that concludes our walk around and driver orientation of our Terberg terminal tractor. Again, thank you guys for trusting Turbo with all your terminal tractor lease, rental, and service needs. Please reach out for any further assistance.